Namaste and welcome back, students. I hope you all are doing great. Our today's topic is multiplication. I'm sure you all must have learned multiplication from grade 2 and 3. Let us see what all new things we have in this lesson of multiplication in grade 4. Multiplication is repeated addition. When we are adding the same number a number of times, we multiply it instead. That makes it easy. Multiplication is represented by a symbol cross. When we multiply two numbers, the answer we get is called a product. The number which is being multiplied is called multiplicand. The number by which it is multiplied is called multiplier. For example, 3 into 7. Yes, 3 into 7 is 21. I know, it is simple. We have learnt it. But what does it actually mean? 3 times 7, which means I am adding 7 3 times. 7 plus 7 plus 7, which gives me 21. Similarly, 5 into 6 or 5 times 6, which means I am adding 6 5 times. That gives me 30. Now let us see some of the properties of multiplication. The product of any number multiplied with 0 is always 0. For example, when I multiply 4 into 0, the product is always 0. Or 0 into 19, the product is 0 again. Or for example, if I multiply 1231 into 0, the answer is 0. Let us proceed with the next property. The product of any number multiplied with 1 is equal to the number itself. For example, 8 into 1 is equal to 8. 1 into 50 is equal to 50. 1231 into 1 is equal to 1231. So, the product of any number multiplied by 1 is equal to the number itself, and the product of any number multiplied with 0 is 0 itself. Now let us proceed with the next property. The next property, for every multiplication fact, there are two division facts. For example, 6 times 4 is equal to 24 is the multiplication fact. Now, what is the division fact for it? 24 divided by 6 is equal to 4, or 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6. So this helps me to recheck my answer too. And in a multiplication operation, the product can be equal to the number being multiplied or greater than, but never smaller or except when the number is 0. So for example, when I am multiplying 3 into 5, the product is always greater than 3 and 5. So 3 into 5 is 15, which is more than 3 and 5. 12 into 1 is equal to 12. So the product is equal to or 12. So the product when is always greater than or equal to the number which we multiply. There are few exceptions, and the exception is 7 into 0 is equal to 0. Whenever we are multiplying with 0, the product will always be 0. So in this case, the product will be not necessarily be greater than or equal to 0. Let us take the last property. In multiplication operations, the change in the order of the numbers being multiplied does not change the product. So even if I change the order of multiplication, my answer remains the same. 9 into 8 is equal to 72 and 8 into 9 is equal to 72, which means 9 times 8 or 8 times 9 is 72. Or 12 times 5 or 5 times 12 gives me 60. So even if I change the order, my answer remains the same. Now let us move further. Let us see an example of how to multiply a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. So here I'll just tell you the steps and then we'll see the calculations. So 478 into 23. So 478 is a multiplicand and 23 is a multiplier. And when I multiply these two numbers, I get the answer that is known as product. So whenever I'm multiplying a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number, how are we supposed to proceed? Now, we will focus first on the multiplier. What do I have in ones place? I have 3. So, I will first multiply the multiplicand by the multiplier, that is 3 over here. So, 478 by 3 and then I will write the product. Next is 478 into 2. But 2 is in which place? 2 is in tens place. So 2 times 10 is 20. So 478 into 20 gives me 9560. And when I add, I get the product as 10,994. Let's see in detail. Now let us take one more example. 63 into 47. 63 is my multiplicand and 47 is my multiplier. So let's see how to proceed with the calculation. 63 into 47. So I will first multiply 63 with 7, which is in ones place. So 7 into 3 is 21. I write 2 on the top and 1 below. Then 6 into 7 is 42. 42 plus 2 is equal to 44. So first we multiply 7 into 3 and then 7 into 6 and then add 2 to it. So 63 into 7 I get 441. Now I am supposed to multiply 63 by 4. But what am I doing actually? I am multiplying it by 40 because 4 is in tens place. But then here I have a trick. As 4 is in tens place, I will place a 0 in ones place and start writing the answer from the tens place. So 4 into 3 is equal to 12. So 2 below and 1 on the top. Now I multiply 4 into 6 is 24 plus 1 is 25. Now I am going to add it. I will add 441 plus 2520. When I add, I get the answer as 2961. That is my product. Let us take one more example. Here I am supposed to multiply 553 into 163. So I am multiplying a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number. So let us first multiply 553 by 3 as 3 is in ones place. So 3 into 3 is 9. Now 3 into 5 is 15. So 5 here and 1 on the top. Now 3 into 5 again is 15. 15 plus 1 gives me 16. Now I am supposed to multiply 6. So 553 by 6. But 6 is in tens place. So I'll place a 0 in ones place and then start writing the product from the tens place. So 6 threes are 18, 8 here and 1 on the top. 6 fives are 30 plus 1 is 31. So 1 here and 3 on the top. 6 fives are 30 again. 30 plus 3 is 33. Now I am supposed to multiply 553 into 1. 1 is in hundreds place. So I'll place 2 zeros in ones and tens place and then start writing the product of 553 and 1 from the hundreds place. So 1 into 3 is 3. 1 into 5 is 5. 1 into 5 is 5. Now to get the product of this, I will add all this. So the sum is 90,139. So when I multiply 553 into 163, the product is 90,139. Now, there are some rules for multiplication when I am supposed to multiply any number by 10, 100 and 1000. So let's see the rules. If we multiply a whole number by a 10, then we write 1 0 at the end of the multiplicand. So for example, if I am supposed to multiply 1275 into 10, I will simply add a 0 towards the end, towards the multiplicand, that is 12750, which gives me 12,750. Isn't it easy? Let's proceed. If we multiply a whole number by 100, then we write 2 zeros at the end of the multiplicand. For example, 1275 into 100. First, I will simply write 1275 and will add 2 zeros. So that gives me 1,27,500. Isn't it simple? If we multiply a whole number by 1000. Similarly, like before, we will add 3 zeros at the end of the multiplicand. So 1275 into 1000 gives me 12,75,000. Now, let's see the last rule. To multiply a number by a multiplier having 0 and a non-zero part, we put as many zeros in the product as in the multiplier and then multiply the number by the non-zero part. What does this mean? If I am supposed to multiply 1275 into 20, so what will I do? I will simply multiply 1275 into 2 and then add a 0 at the end. So 1275 into 2 is 2550 and I'll simply place one more 0. So my product will be 25,500. 12,075 into 300. So 12,075 into 3 I will do and then I will add 2 zeros. So this will be my product. Now 1275 into 5000. So 1275 into 5, that gives me 6375 and in 5000 there are 3 zeros. So I'll place those zeros towards the end of the product. Isn't it easy? I'm sure with practice you are going to be masters. Let us see one word problem. One pair of football shoes cost rupees 628. Find the cost of 26 such pairs of shoes. So cost of one shoes cost 628. We need to find the cost of 26 such shoes. So we will first write the statements. Cost of one pair of shoes is 628. So cost of 26 such pairs is 628 into 26. We are supposed to multiply 626 into 26. So, first multiply 628 by 6. So, when I multiply, I get 3768. Now, I am supposed to multiply 628 into 20. So, I get 12,560. When I add both the numbers, I get 16,328. So cost of 26 pairs of shoes is 16,328. Don't forget to write the final statement. Let us see one more example. A man earns rupees 346 in one day. What is his earning in the month of January? So, if he works for one day, his earning is rupees 346. So, if he is working for the whole month of January, how much will he earn? So, the first statement would be days in the month of January. How many days? 31. Yes. And amount earned in one day is 346. So, let us multiply 346 into 31 to calculate his monthly earnings. So, 346 into 31. So, first I will multiply 346 into 1, which gives me 346. Remember the property? Anything multiplied by 1 gives me the same number itself. Now I'll multiply 346 by 3 tens, which is 30, as 3 is in tens place. So 346 by 30 is 10,380. When I add, I get 10,726. So in the month of January, the person earns 10,726 rupees. Isn't it easy? I am sure with practice you will be able to do these sums very easily. So the best way to multiply your happiness is to share with others. I am sure you will share today's learning with your friends, which will help you learn more. Bye. Have a great day and great evening.